was, you just go ahead and do it, we'll support you, and damn the Security Council. It just so happened that Bush had invited the Canadian Prime Minister and his wife down to the Maine compound. He had a summer house in Maine. And he ran this by Mulroney. And Mulroney said, that's a terrible idea. You should pick up the phone. You should call Mitterrand. I can help you with that, you know, to sort of pave the way. And you should also get the approval of the Security Council, because if you don't, the international community will be against you. And it's not in America's interest to be essentially snubbing the world community in undertaking to invade a country, albeit to restore its territorial integrity. And Bush accepted that advice, and did so, I think, very much to the American advantage and the national interest. And I think that's only one illustration of the kind of relationship those two leaders had. And it's interesting if you look at the Bush-Scrowcroft memoirs. These are a series of memoirs he wrote with his national security advisor, Brent Scowcroft. In the index, there are more references to Brian Mulroney than there are to any other national leader. And I think that's symptomatic or illustrative of what was clearly a relationship of great mutual respect.
On October 25th, 1993, it was a Liberal landslide. Tory blue was almost erased from the Canadian political landscape. The party went from 157 seats to just 2. Voters chose Jean Chrétien as their new leader. Throughout the 1993 election campaign, he made it clear he was not going to follow Mulroney's lead and be close friends with the President of the United States. Yet he enjoyed what some called a chummy relationship with Bill Clinton. He confessed, "When we're alone," said Chrétien, "I call him Bill."
I also want to thank Canada again for what I think is very probably the most cooperative relationship in the world in trade and investment and the work we do in the environment and law enforcement. And I hope that as we look ahead to the new century, that the partnership that we've had, the cooperation we've had, will be a genuine model that other countries will try to follow.
Chrétien told an aide, "He's an old pro when talking about Clinton, and he sees me as an even older pro." But this warm relationship would soon change. Next on Bound by a Border, the Bush-Chrétien years.
Cameras. And yet, the judges don't go by Judy, Joe, or Alex. They don't settle disputes about pit bulls, property lines, or parted lovers. And they don't care about ratings, image, or book deals. These judges have a single concern: your rights, not syndication rights. Jurisprudence, Canada's Supreme Court on television. Courtroom TV that counts. C-SPAN this week, highlights from the American political scene. America enters an historic era as Barack Obama is made president. See the new administration at work as it attempts to take the world's sole superpower into new directions.
Change has come to America.
A weekly chronicle of the Obama age on C-SPAN this week. See it on CPAC.
The President and the Prime Minister don't solve problems, but they set a tone, a direction, which helps officials further down solve problems. The tension really developed between Chrétien and Bush. The chemistry just wasn't there. And with the chemistry not there, that infected the relationship as a whole. It meant that people further down the food chain did not answer phone calls to the extent that they normally would have, were not prepared to sit down and solve problems. And so as a result of that, that created a chill throughout the relationship.
One thing I would say is that the adversarial character of that relationship has often been greatly exaggerated. Did these two people enjoy each other's company? I really don't know. But I think Chrétien understood that he had to have sort of a good working relationship with the Americans. I think what went sour there was that the Americans understood, and certainly the American president understood, that Canada was not going to send troops into Iraq. But the request of the American president was, please don't say that too loudly. Chrétien, for whatever reason, some 12 hours after the invasion was announced, went onto the floor of the House of Commons and made a very impassioned speech as to why Canada was not going to